Hello and welcome back to the Gold Traders channel. Today I have a special guest with me. This is Christopher. He works for the Britannia Coin Company and also runs his own channel. For those who don't know who you are, speak about yourself a little bit and sort of introduce yourself.
So I'm ChristopherCollects. I run my own YouTube channel, but for the last 2.5 and a bit years, I've been working for the Britannia Coin Company with their YouTube channel and with some of the coins that we work with.
So if you need to know anything about coins, Christopher is kind of the go-to guy, which is actually quite important at Gold Traders specifically. Because Gold Traders and the Britannia Coin Company work so closely, we often sort of borrow each other to make sure that we have all the knowledge that we need to make the right decisions. Which brings us on to the video today. Christopher and I are going to be sort of quizzing each other on our knowledge bases. So my history is with jewellery and jewellers, whereas obviously Christopher, you know all about coins.
I do.
How's your jewellery knowledge?
Well, you can tell from all the jewellery I'm wearing that...
You've got a ring on, haven't you?
It's a little steel ring that's not exciting. But no, I've learned a lot more about jewellery working in this environment. But yeah, I don't have a humongous base of knowledge about jewellery. How's your knowledge of coins then?
Well, I mean, it's a lot better than when before I worked here. I wouldn't say I'm a professional by any means. It definitely dwarfs compared to what you know, but yeah, it's just gonna go interestingly.
Yeah, so we're testing from our own specialist subjects.
Okay, so we're gonna take turns to ask each other questions, and it's the best out of 6.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay, so my first question for you. In the UK, the most common gold purities for jewellery are 9, 18 and 22 carat. What is the most popular carat for wedding rings?
I think it is 22 carat.
That is incorrect.
Oh, what is it then?
So it's 18 carats.
Oh, really?
Yes. So typically 9 carat is actually sort of most popular for general jewellery. But when it comes to things like wedding bands, people usually want something a bit nicer that's still suitable to daily wear. 22 tends to be a little bit too expensive for most people.
Okay.
And also isn't very hard wearing, so it gets scratched and stuff.
No, understood. Right.
All right.
My first coin question. The UK, USA, Canada and South Africa all mint iconic 1 ounce gold bullion coins, but how many of those can you name?
I can probably name 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
The 1 ounce one. Okay, so it's, I don't know how you spell it.
This is a knowledge test, not a spelling test. So it's not a handwriting test either. My handwriting's appalling. So
I don't know the other 2. Is it Britannia and Krugerrand?
Yeah. So Britannia and Krugerrand. America is the eagle. Canada is the maple. So you got half of them, right? Which
Eagle,
is impressive.
That's the most stereotypical things I could have done. Okay. Is that like a half point?
Yeah, I think so.
A half point. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, my second question for you. Where in the world is it more common to find jewellery made of 22 carat or higher?
22 carat or higher?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with India, Asia.
Correct.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So a lot of 22 carat or higher jewellery is very common in sort of South Asia, so India. You could have also done the Middle East, so Dubai.
Okay. Yeah. I used to work with someone who was from Sri Lanka and would always wear Sri Lankan gold jewellery. It does look different. It was really beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it's got like such a deep colour. The thing is, I would love to have very high carat jewellery, but I'd be so worried to get it damaged.
Yeah, it's amazing, especially the value of gold now, how little the amount of gold, a necklace and a few rings all adds up in terms of value. So it's just quite scary.
Insane when you think about it.
It definitely is, yeah.
They pay for Christmas. Okay, what's your next question for me?
My next question. The British gold sovereign, sometimes called the chief coin of the world, was first minted under the reign of which Tudor monarch?
Oh. This is a history question. This is a bad time to say I didn't do a history GCSE. Like Henry VIII, that's the only one I know.
Mm-hmm. And the main thing is that you get a Tudor monarch and...
As long as I guess one Tudor monarch. It could be wrong, but as long as I get one. We'll do Henry the 7th, like the one before him.
That is correct. It's Henry VII. I'm impressed. Minted in 1489. That's the historic sovereign there, so not the modern sovereign we're used to today. It was minted, but it was too big and too valuable a coin to actually be used. Had a really nice portrait of him, so it was almost like a bit of propaganda. Look how amazing I am on this ginormous, great big gold coin.
Oh wow, so it was almost like sort of a backing for the economy as opposed to sort of...
Yeah, and showing off, kings like to show off how powerful and strong they are. So there's a bit of that.
Look at all the gold we've got. See, I was wondering if you were going to ask me when it was first minted.
I think that was a little bit mean. So.
I would have, it's like the 1400s at some point.
It was 1489.
Okay, I would not have gotten that, but that's a good guess.
It is.
On to my third question for you. What is a common method that jewellery manufacturers use to cut the cost of jewellery that they produce?
To cut the cost of the jewellery that they use?
Yeah, so how, if they were, for example, making like a chain, how could they make that chain less expensive?
Yeah, a couple of shots at this then. So I'm going to guess, to make it cheaper, they could plate bits of it or use a mixture of lower carats within the piece.
So that is a correct answer, so I will give you a point for that. The one that I had written down is that they'll make it hollow.
Oh yeah, no, that does make sense as well.
So instead of obviously having like a solid gold chain, they'll make the links hollow.
Because then you can have bigger chains with the same amount of metal. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
They also do it often with rings, like signet rings. They'll have, obviously the front of it look nice and impressive, but then the inside of it's actually carved out to use less gold and make it less expensive. I'll give you a point for that because that is correct. Okay, what's your next question?
Next. So the modern sovereign, featuring Benedetto Pistrucci's George and the Dragon design, was first minted in which century, reviving this historic denomination?
It would be the 1800s.
What century would that be?
That would be the... I always get this wrong. I need to write this down, hold on. Is it the 19th century?
It is the 19th century.
Okay.
So 1817, under the reign of King George III, the sovereign was struck again. And they borrowed the name from that historic coin of Henry VII.
Oh, there you go. So I'm on to my fourth question. I think this one's quite an easy one.
Oh.
What is rose gold alloyed with to give it its iconic colour?
Rose gold is like reddy.
It's like a pinkish red colour.
Redonium?
It's a very, very common metal.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking copper, but I can't think of anything else because I know Antigua the gold is mixed with silver, so I think I'm going to have to go gamble on copper.
That is correct.
There we go, see?
So yes, rose gold is mixed with copper to make it the lovely pinky red colour that it is. What is kind of funny is that if you want to have it more pink, you're better off sometimes getting a lower carat because it's got more copper in it.
Oh, no.
So you'll sometimes find that like 9 carat rose gold is more coppery.
Yeah.
Because the actual amount of gold in it is less. You're now on 3 points, which means you've overtaken me.
Okay.
So what's your fourth question then?
So the sovereign was originally, the modern sovereign, was a circulating coin with a face value which it retains to this day. But what is the legal tender value of this iconic coin? So all coins have to have a legal value to be legal tender to be a coin. So what is the value of the sovereign at face value? This could be a really interesting guess then.
This feels like one I should know. Is it going to be pre-decimal? Like a pre-decimal value, or does it have...
We still use the denomination today.
Just a pound?
It is a pound.
Oh, okay.
That's a very, very good guess. So it would have been a circulating coin, which is kind of mad to think that a £1 coin used to be a sovereign, and what a sovereign is worth now is far in excess of that. So it just goes to show how much gold has gone up in value. The value of a Victorian pound coin, that gold sovereign, compared to the copper nickel ones that we use today, it's very, very different. Is
that why like copper nickel was introduced, because the value of the precious metals was sort of vast?
Yeah, so like you just have to look at the silver coins up until before 1920 they were sterling silver, then they dropped to 50% silver, and then 47 they took the silver out entirely because the precious metal was becoming more valuable than the coins themselves.
The more you know.
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
another very, very good guess.
I'm doing very well with my guesses today. My fifth question for you. Despite not being worth more than yellow gold when it comes to precious metal trading, Why is white gold sometimes sold at a premium by jewelers?
Be worth more. I don't know.
It's something to do with the process it goes through when it's being manufactured.
Okay. I don't know what it is that makes white gold white. So I'm having a guess that this white gold has got more silver in the mix.
That isn't correct.
Oh, it's worth a guess though.
So, white gold, whilst it does have a slightly different mix of metals to make it slightly more silvery in colour, to make white gold actually white, it is plated in rhodium.
Oh, okay.
And some jewellers will use that as an excuse to charge slightly more for white gold.
Ooh, there we go.
Even though if you were trading in white gold, you'd get the same amount as you would for yellow.
Right, so my next question. So sovereigns are now generally struck in 3 standards: bullion, brilliant uncirculated, and proof. But what's the difference? Because they do cost different amounts.
I have no idea. So I'm gonna... These are my answers. Bullion is like pure gold. Brilliant uncirculated is like a standard coin, but is made basically to perfection, and I have no idea what proof is.
So it's not to do with the fineness of the gold. Generally speaking, they will be the same purity. So it's purely the striking standard. So bullion coin would be struck a bit like a circulated coin, but to a higher standard. But they are focused on mass producing it and keeping it cost effective. Proof and brilliant uncirculated again are sort of similar. They're a higher striking standard. Proof is the highest. BU is just below that, but it's just about the finish, the crispness of the design.
Okay.
So that's why you pay more for a proof sovereign than you would for a bullion sovereign, because there's lots of work and artistry that goes into creating a proof coin over a bullion coin. There's so many different types, and different people will buy different things for different reasons.
Did not know that.
There we go.
I have learned so many things today. Okay, so I'm now on to my 6th and final question for you. Roughly, how many times the cost price does a jeweller charge for items on average?
Over the value of the metal.
So when a jeweller buys something from a supplier, they call it the cost price. So it's the price that the manufacturer is charging the jeweller.
Okay.
You take that price and then they times it by how many times to get their profit margin.
And that's sort of a standardized thing in the industry.
It's fairly standard.
Okay.
There is a bit of sort of leeway either side. So I worked in independent jewelers. We tended to charge slightly under this average, but some higher market ones might charge slightly more.
For some reason 3 is sticking around. I'm gonna go 3 times.
That is correct.
Oh, what a guess!
So roughly, when a jeweler buys an item from a manufacturer, they will times that price by 3 to get their profit margin.
Times.
I guess in some method it is quite fair, with jewelry being sort of a fairly sort of low. You don't sell a lot, but you sell what you sell for quite a lot. Yeah, so 3 times.
Okay.
That was a really good guess. So you're on 4.
So, how many grams is a modern 1 ounce Britannia gold coin?
So you're asking me what 1 ounce in grams, basically. Oh no.
Something in the back of your mind, this is not just 1 ounce, isn't it?
This feels like a trick.
Oh, this is half a point between us with 1 question to go.
I saw this on a website the other day when I was researching a different video that I was making, and now, this is going to drive me crazy. I don't know, I'm going to say, is it 80 grams?
It's a bit high. It is 31.1 grams. The trick is that a 1 ounce Britannia gold coin is 1 troy ounce, which is slightly different from a standard ounce.
Troy ounce is more often used for gold and stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was a bit over. I was almost, over double. Okay, well, I got that one wrong, so I guess that means you are the winner today with 4 points.
By half a point, that's amazing.
I mean, technically, you know a bit more about gold in relation to jewellery than you first thought.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed. I had some lucky guesses in there in the mix as well, so.
I definitely know less about coins than I did. But that is why we have you and everyone else at the Britannia Coin Company to help us out. So thank you so much for filming this with me today. I've learned that I need to go and research a lot more. I'm never going to live this down. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for joining me and Christopher. Please check out Christopher on his own channels and on the BCC channel. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one.